Welcome to the podcast of School Beyond Limitations. In this podcast, you will learn how to guide your child through their school life with the intention to help them find their unique essence that will allow your daughter, your son to live a fulfilled and meaningful life.
Good morning, good afternoon to everyone, wherever you are in the world. Welcome back to our show again, Meet the World 76. And today we have Dr. Bo Green with us, joining from Shanghai, China. Let me invite him here. He's in the waiting room. And he's going to share us about his life journey today with us. And he's here. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Nayeef.
Yep, how are you?
Great. I'm pleased and honored to be here.
Okay, so welcome to our show. Here we ask people about their life journey. We try to know about them more. We try to share their stories with everyone so that others can get inspired. And welcome to my third show. It's the third episode. And
Awesome.
I hope you'll like this journey with us today.
I'm confident that I will.
Okay. Just a moment. So how are you doing today or these days? Everything okay?
Yeah, things are good. I'm here in rural China at my wife's parents' place, my in-laws' place, and it's been great, relaxing. Weather's finally turned a little cooler. We've been waiting for that. So yeah, it's good.
All right, great. So here's what we'll do today. I'll ask you maybe 6 to 7 questions. And in the end, we will play a game. All right?
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
All right, so my first question to you is, where did you wanted to see yourself 30 years from now, and where are you now and why?
Where do I want to see myself 30 years from now?
No, where did you saw or where did you wanted to see yourself 30 years from now, and where are you now and why?
Well, I spent the first 20-ish years in corporate America, and as a youngster, always had an idea that I'd like to be a teacher. I used to like get up to the blackboard in school and play around with the chalk, and so I kind of knew in my bones somewhere I would perhaps be a teacher someday. And first had a really nice, business career. And was blessed to do that and then make a shift into my major career change into education. So I think I've been able to manage both of those career journeys sort of as I envisioned. I didn't know the timing. I didn't know exactly where and how, but I think I've come to a pretty nice place, having now been in education for 23 years. So I'm pretty happy how it's turned out, and being a course at SBL is just fantastic.
Yeah, that's cool. And by the way, he's also one of the teachers of SBL, one of SBL's members. All right, great answer. So my next question to you is, what are some of the changes that happened to the world that shouldn't take place?
Ooh, changes to the world that should not have taken place. Well, we're talking about all of human history here. Is the landscape all of human history?
Yeah, not necessarily human, also everything, like nature, creature, anything. Because we know you know a lot about life, you have a lot of experience about life.
Well, I guess I'll just kind of go with what enters my heart and mind as it comes. not having been prepped with these questions, these are kind of coming cold. So as an American, right, I was born in the mid 50s in America. And so my thoughts are somewhat driven by that. A lot of us are somewhat of a product of our experiences. And the good news is I've lived on 4 continents, but again, fundamentally thinking about it as an American and thinking about it in the big picture, what strikes me are things like the Civil War in the United States, the incredible death and strife of mankind and the country at that time and following that time. American history's got a lot of nice things in it, like most countries do, but I'm saddened that the country went through what it did in the Civil War and how horrible it was afterwards through Reconstruction. And frankly, the civil rights bills weren't passed for another 70 years later. And in the United States, I live in China now, but it's still my home country. I still have a lot of family there. They still struggle. The notion of diversity and embracing multiculturalism and the beauty and the essence of all people, it's still a struggle. And so that saddens me. That's one. Long answer, that's one.
Yeah.
Do you want me to keep going, or is that long enough for that answer?
It's up to you. Maybe if you'd like to share more, that'd be helpful.
Yep. So first of all, humanity sort of, comes into my heart and mind. And I think about, of course, famously World War II and certainly, Nazism in and of itself, but dictatorship across the world. It didn't only happen in Germany in the 30s and 20s, 40s. Other countries are struggling with, participative and effective democratic institutions. And a lot of the world is still hungry and oppressed and sickness. I would love to see humanity get its arms wrapped around the benefit of all a little better. And you and I have had conversations about how to perhaps help the United Nations along. But so from a humanitarian standpoint, it bothers me that we're not better off than we perhaps could have been or should be at this point in time in our journey. So those are a couple of things. Climate change is obviously a worry. It's a very political issue now. And if the scientists are right, we are in the midst of, and it's going to accelerate a lot more pain and loss and discomfort and way beyond that in the coming decades. So again, from a world governance standpoint, we need better leadership. And I hope that perhaps the younger generations can step up and help do a better job than perhaps their elders have done in many cases.
Well, it's a wonderful answer. And few words, humanity and leadership is really important here. I guess these are the most important things that will play the biggest role in changing this. But yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So our next question is to you is what is the meaning of life to you? Because you have experienced a lot more life or about life more than me or a lot of people who is watching here. So maybe you can share some.
This question for me, what is the meaning of life? Underpinning that question comes how we grow up, our value system. I think of the 3 main variables as we enter this life and grow up in this life being nature, nurture, and choice. So when I get into that, I think about free will. And I personally believe that our creator, depending upon whatever religion you want to choose, or from a scientific standpoint, however we got here, we have the power of choice. We have free will. And as we go through our lives, it's been my experience through college and then having children and careers, that is an onion that we peel continuously, perhaps a little bit better as we get older. I think life experience does help. And so when I think about the meaning of life, it goes down to the free will of choice and developing our purpose in our lifetimes. I think it was Burns' quote that it's a very short quote, but very powerful. Burns said, "The purpose of life is to have purpose." It's kind of circular, but as our purpose changes in our lives, that should perhaps be one thing that we keep center in our hearts and souls of what are we trying to do here on this planet. We're not here that long, really, if we're lucky, 80, 90 years. So the purpose of life for me is to become continuously the better and the better and better, continuously better version of myself. And I believe in helping young people, helping them develop and grow. I would like my legacy to be that I tried to help, particularly in my educational career, I tried to help young people figure out their own journeys, their own passions, and go into life perhaps a little bit better prepared than I was to wrestle with some of these questions of purpose, and perhaps be really fulfilled in their own lives, and collectively maybe make this world a better place.
Yeah, purpose and intentions, these are two powerful words you've used here. And this can really lead a person towards someone's success or someone's goal. Exactly, purpose and intentions are really powerful. And which leads me to the question where you said, to you, the purpose of life is to get yourself better, become the better version of yourself. And this leads me to the question, what are your thoughts on perfection?
I think perfection is a construct of imperfection, of no imperfection. Perfection by definition is without fault. And I found in my life that the people in my life, and I'm thinking about my dad perhaps more than anyone else, the people who hold themselves to that standard or attempt to hold themselves to that standard, it's a really brutal place to be, because life is going to, we're going to encounter difficulty in life, and resilience and perseverance and learning from our journeys is really important. So perfection, for me, honestly, is kind of a dangerous idea, because it misleads us about the nature of life itself and how to best encounter and embrace challenges. We can learn a lot from our challenges, quote, failures, first attempt in learning. So perfection is something that I'm very careful of thinking about, and I actually don't even really honestly like to use the word. It's one of the words I just think people should be very mindful about when they use it.
Yeah, exactly. You said there is no perfection. No one's perfect. If people would be perfect, maybe they wouldn't make any fault. There will be no failure, no mistakes, and no learning. So there are some good things that you said about this topic. And I
Thank you.
know personally you're very cautious about this perfection. Mhm. And at the beginning, you said a lot of imperfections make something perfect. And I also agree with it, because if I say an example, maybe my eyes are imperfect, maybe my ears are imperfect, maybe someone's lips are imperfect, and that's what makes them better and perfect. If everything was like a doll, like we imagined, then nothing could be the way that it is today. It'd be something different.
Agreed. Diversity is a great strength in humanity. It's a beautiful, wonderful thing. Think how boring the world would be if we were all the same. We were all a bunch of programmed robots.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so our next question. Who are some of the greatest people you would use as an example of good human?
Oh, another hard one. There's a lot out there. I can think about from Gandhi to Mandela, to honestly more recently, Barack Obama for me is a person to look up to. Maya Angelou, one of the greatest quotes that I think about in my life and work on in my life is, I think it goes like, people will forget what you say, people will forget what you do, but they will never forget how you made them feel. So Maya Angelou is one. There's just so many. I mean, if you go back in history, I grew up a Christian. I was, indoctrinated in the Christian faith, and the teachings of Jesus Christ, whether we want to get into religion or not, the teachings of Jesus Christ and the fundamental aspect of love, which shows up across basically in my reading all the great world religions, love is just a massive underpinning of religion for me. So anyone who espoused and sought to exercise love as the great healer and binder of humanity, those people are the ones that I hold in highest esteem.
Exactly, yeah. There's no, I guess there's no powerful word than love in this world. If you experience, if you practice love every day, spread love, there will be nothing wrong. Or even if it is, it can be healed with the power of love.
Yeah. If we all practice love in everything we did, no, we wouldn't be perfect in our endeavors. We understand that. But if we just think about, gosh, if humanity would wrap its mind around practicing love and everything you do, from work to play to everything, I think we would be in a healthier world today.
Definitely. And something pops in my mind with this thing is I forgot from who the quote was, but it was something like this. Thinking always positive doesn't mean we don't have negative thoughts or negative energy. It's just we don't let them lead our life. We let the positive lead our life.
Yeah, exactly. Taking the high road, um, always trying to find the silver lining. There are things that happen to us in our lives, that are hard to find silver linings, but if we search for the positive, or if we raise ourselves up to the positive and the possibilities that can be created even through strife, it is going to lead us to better places than if we fall into chronic negativity and that kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. And then the power of words, the use of words also is really important.
Yeah, I forget who said it. The pen is mightier than the sword.
Okay, I guess we're almost end to our questions. Let's have a game to end this meeting. And
Okay.
you answered some of the questions really great, and I hope and I believe this will inspire a lot of people who is watching us.
Thank you. I've tried to give it my best.
Always, you always inspire people, especially I would say about me. I do regular classes with you, and that the things that you make me learn, make me think of, are something that is really inspirational, and I get motivated to do better for the world.
Thank you for that, but please allow me to respond of saying what incredible messages and positivity and leadership you provide the SBL community, and you've done it on a basically daily basis ever since you joined, and you see it in the chat. I mean, you get the positive feedback from Martina and me and everyone else. Just what a hugely positive influence you are on our community, staff, students, everyone, and we are so blessed to have you in the community.
Thank you very much. It's like a mutual sharings that everyone should do. It's mhm.
Somebody's got to lead, not everyone's going to take that mantle and they're going to carry that flag out front. But you're one of those that has the courage to get out there and do it. And you need those kind of inspirational leaders, and you're clearly one of them.
Thank you very much. That's so kind of you. All right, so our game is a little bit silly, but I guess we'll have fun with this.
All right.
All right, so what's your favorite alphabetical letter?
Oh, is this rapid fire or can I think? Favorite alphabetical letter?
Mhm.
I'm going to go with L, and you know why.
L, life, love.
Oh,
Okay.
you got it. You got it.
Okay, so we have 1 minute to write 10 words using the letter L. Yep.
Do I have to do it?
Yeah. And
Can I write it?
for each, you get 2 points. So for 10, you get 20. If you have
Oh
no
boy,
notes and pen around, you can maybe also write in the chat. You can see from
I
there.
got it. Can I do it on paper?
Yeah, sure. That's
All right. So did you say 10 words that begin with L?
yeah.
Okay.
Not yet, not yet. Let me start the timer
Okay.
first.
All right. I will be honest.
Okay. And the time starts now.
Go.
Mm-hmm.
Am I out of time?
1 minute's up.
Is that
All right.
it?
1 minute is up, and for each, you get 2 points. Have you
Okay.
written 10?
I didn't add them up. Okay.
Okay, so how many you have written?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I missed one. 9.
All right, cool. Maybe can you share which words have you written?
I will. I'll read it out. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Love is like a lily on a lake, lavishly absorbing the light from our lovely sun, lapping up energy for life.
Whoa, you've written a sentence and wow, that's
Well, and Naif, one of the reasons that I can sort of do this a little better than I was able to a year ago before I met you, meeting you, working with you, talking with you like we do. I'm better at this than I was a year ago.
I mean, wow, it's so great using the words. I don't have something like that, like so beautiful sentence, but I have few words, which I guess is important. A lot of them. Love, life, listen, live, like, light, lead, leisure, liver.
Nice. Nice.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
most of them has a meaning to me. Love is definitely because you know me, I love to share, spread positivity, love to everyone. Listening is a very important thing that I'm practicing every day. I try to listen to people more than I speak because that helps me to understand the things better. And I'm trying to practice that every day, the much I can. Lead is definitely an important part of our life that human nature should also learn, because when you know to lead yourself, you don't let the negative to lead you. And leisure, I try to have not much leisure time because I try to work, but also keeping the balance, not taking loads. I try to live my life and like it.
Yes, you do. You've self-reflected really well there. And I will comment about the leisure one. Yeah. You could probably use maybe a little bit more leisure in your life, but perhaps we could say that your cricket is not all performance pressure, that you're actually doing a little bit of maybe leisure in that. I don't know.
Uh-huh. Yep. It was nice meeting you, having you in this show, and your words were really powerful again. Thank you very much for joining. Maybe before we end the show, you can tell a little bit about your entire life experience from this beginning till today. Maybe like a summary.
So basically a summary of my life, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can do that fairly quickly. I mentioned earlier that I was born in the United States in the mid 50s. I grew up in the 50s. I grew up in Tennessee, which is this kind of a mid-South area, and went to high school in Tennessee also and college in Tennessee, and then began my corporate career and moved 7 different times in the United States before I moved to China. And I had begun teaching right before I had come to China, and then moved to Shanghai in 2005 in education. Was blessed to be at a really good international school, got my master's and my doctorate degrees both while I was working and leading at that school, and moved to Switzerland after that, and then back to Shanghai, and then had an opportunity to be a head of school at an academy in West Africa. So went to Ghana, West Africa, did that, came back to Shanghai, had gotten to meet Martina Jeremine, Dr. Jeremine over in Switzerland when I was there, and she and I kept up, and she offered me to join her on the SBL team, joined last year, and that takes me up to the present time.
Wonderful, and keep spreading the inspirational things that you spread every day. We love it so much. We love you, and it was also a blessing to have you in the SBL, how you do things and everything. And also SBL itself is a blessing because it has given a lot of opportunities to a lot of them out there to understand themselves more, and then to understand what they want to do with their life.
Very much so. If I could just add to that, your statement about SBL and what it's doing in the world, one of the things I love that Martina does in her social media outreach, she's got a very simple but incredibly powerful quote on her LinkedIn page that says, SBL, bringing students' essence into life. It's great. That's what we try to do. And thank you for everything you do at an amazingly young age. We've talked about this. You're incredible, Nayeef. Thank you for what you do.
Thank you very much. All right, it was wonderful having you today with us. This short period of time, I guess you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it personally, your answers. So I'll get to meet you more, but it was very kind of you.
Thank you for the opportunity, and all the best to you and your initiative.
Thank you. All right, have a nice day.
Thank you, Nayeef. Are we sure we're going to sign off now?
Yeah, I guess we're going to sign off.
Right.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Thank you, pal. Thank you, pal. Use one of those L words. Get a little bit of leisure for yourself, okay?
Yeah, sure, I will.
All right. Thank you, Nayeef.
Thank you.
Bye, man. Bye.
That was it for today. I guess it was helpful. Maybe today we were a little bit quick, but I guess he enjoyed it, and there were some really good answers from Bo. And he really is my inspiration since he has joined SBL. including all the teachers of SBL and how SBL is doing things. We love it so much. And thank you very much for staying at the end of this show. I hope you'll support us more and for getting the latest videos of me, which you'll be getting on a regular basis now. There was a long time break in the middle. Do subscribe to this channel, and if you like it, give this video a like. Have a nice day, everyone. I wish you, all of you, a wonderful, wonderful day and the best of your life.
At School Beyond Limitations, we support our students find their unique essence. Feel free to share the content of this podcast with other parents. We are here to show that your children can, indeed, bring their unique essence into life. So, reach out to us if you think that this is what you'd like your daughter, your son to experience, or apply through our website. Also, leave your comments, your questions, or your review about the podcast. Share it with others. And as you know, sharing is caring.